Hello everybody, welcome back to another video on my channel. I hope you're doing good, hope you're doing well, inshallah, as Djamel Belmadi gives his press conference on the squad he's named to face Niger home and away, and also on some of his selection choices as well as the upcoming opponents in Niger. We're going to dive into the key comments that he made in his press conference, and we know what Belmadi's like. He's not afraid to say what he's thinking on his mind. The first big one for me is that the question was put to Belmadi about Said Benrahma not being selected in this squad, and he said he can't include everyone, but the door is still open to him. So he literally thought, Belmadi, that Said Benrahma was not good enough and not worthy of a spot in the current 25-man squad, and that the players there are more worthy of a selection. So he obviously thinks that Belali, Shaibi and Bouanani are more deserving of being called up for the national team right now over Said Benrahma. Now I can understand Shaibi and Bouanani and getting them caps and seeing the new players, trying them out against with respect to lowly opposition, but Belali over Benrahma. There's a few people that are a bit confused about what I mean by that and what I've been saying over the past few days. I'm not saying Belali will, let's say Belali would start against Niger on Thursday and he'll get 1 goal and 1 assist. That's not really the point. I'm thinking more of the team to build to win AFCON in 10 months. We have got less than 10 months until that competition starts. We've got no idea what our best team is. And trust me, Belmadi alluded to this as well in the press conference, that he is going into that AFCON to win it. He wants to go into that AFCON and win the trophy, and he sees it as if we don't come back without a trophy from that Africa Cup of Nations, he will see it as a failure. And I think that's good, and I want to see that winning mentality instilled back into the squad again. He said he was working throughout the whole World Cup. He said he didn't have any time to watch a game. He said after that Sweden game, he was working day and night to get new players and to prepare for the future fixture. So, and I think we can appreciate the work that has gone on behind the scenes when you look at the new players involved in the squad. He alluded to Jawan Hadjam, the fullback who's picked Algeria for the first time. He said he got called by France under-20, by France under-23, and yet still he picked Algeria. Belmadi said he'd never seen a player who was wanted by France so badly, even in the French youth teams, go ahead and pick Algeria. So, you know, whatever happens in the future with Hadjam, full respect, like honestly, that's so good and that's so refreshing to hear. And I think what happened with Karim Benzema, the way he's been frozen out by France and retired, and obviously the Ballon d'Or winner, there's French Algerians that are seeing that and thinking, we don't want to be in a situation like that. You have players like Houssam Aouar switching and coming on board, so that's really, really good to see. And Belmadi also said, remember, for a player to switch nationality, it doesn't mean it happens overnight. He said Houssam Aouar and Ait-Nouri, he said overall it was a 4-year process to get those two players to pick Algeria. Not 4 weeks, not 4 months, 4 years to get those players involved in the national team setup. You can see how much hard work goes into this sort of thing. He said he knows pretty much what team Niger are going to play. Of course, their manager as well is French, Cavalli, and the Niger manager many years ago was once the Algeria national team manager in 2005 and 2006. So both managers seem to know each other's teams pretty well. But it was interesting to hear what he had to say, and some very interesting comments. And he said there was one player in particular that was really wanting to play for the French that isn't going to be in this squad, and I don't think we're going to see that player anytime soon. He didn't name that player, but overall, you know, he's explained the absence of Benrahma. Now, Belali today come off with a little bit of a knock. Doesn't mean he's going to be withdrawn from the squad. We've seen Boudaoui play, so he's okay. Belali started, played about 60 minutes. He came on with a minor injury. Is it enough to see him withdraw from the squad? We'll wait and see, because if Belali does withdraw from that squad, would we see Benrahma or Bilal Brahimi take his space? Adabounas, not quite there yet with fitness, I reckon. And also, I don't know why the Saudi club announced that Abdelkader Badrein, the centre-back, was called up by Algeria. I don't think he's in the squad. It just goes to show this preliminary list that Belmadi does, and then he cuts it down to 25 names. Another player that was on that list, Yassine Adli from AC Milan, he was on the preliminary list to play for Algeria, but Belmadi chose not to call him. Again, he said due to a lack of playing time. And I think that's fair. If you're a Zorgan, if you're Kadri, if you're Zarouki, you're playing week in, week out, putting 6, 7 out of 10 in midfield, and you see a guy like Adli come in who's not started all season, it does cause it can cause rifts in the dressing room. But I think we will see Adli in the future as well, inshallah. So those are the key pointers from what Belmadi said in his press conference. We look forward to the matches. Now, hopefully it's going to be a cracking couple of weeks, inshallah, for us and for this channel. We're going to obviously preview the Algeria and Niger game. We're going to preview match day 3, preview the game, and then we're going to hopefully be live for the game after iftar, inshallah, in Ramadan. Look back at the game after, look back at match day 3, then look ahead to match day 4, and then be live during fasting, it looks like, for match day 4 for Niger away. Break our fast, then review the game, and then review match day 4. So that's sort of the plan for the next 2 weeks. Let me know if you guys are excited for the international break in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe for more. I'll see you next time.